reduce my appetite, and I am losing weight. My knee pain is so bad, and it's getting worse and worse. I just lose weight. So when you lose weight, you supposed to get better. That you're supposed to have your body banging, and your body's supposed to be able to move and do all this extra. Why the am I handicapped?
Why the F am I handicapped? Can you imagine? Imagine somebody that has literally tortured their body for so many years and then asks the question, has the audacity to ask the question, why am I handicapped? I don't know if that's an insult to people that were born that way. To be honest with you, but girl needs to check herself before to be fair, she's already wrecked herself. What am I talking about? But here's the thing, right now, this moment in time, she's in a position where she is losing weight due to the jab. Okay, I'm assuming it's Ozempic, it could be something else. And right now, her knees are hurting. Her body's starting to deteriorate. And she's struggling to walk, she's starting to balance. In fact, since she's been eating less food and she's been on a jab, her body's got even weaker. But there's a reason for that. And that's something that we're going to get into. But to sit there and say, why the hell am I disabled? Like you haven't self-inflicted your whole entire life?
It's like 570. What's that? That's like 60 pounds? 60 pounds. Damn.
Bear this in mind, this woman started off, I think it was like 630 pounds. She's lost a decent amount, do you know what I mean? Still got a long way to go. But you got to understand, the fact that she was over 600 pounds for so many years, she doesn't think that would have made damage to her knees this whole time. To be honest with you, the fact that she wasn't bedbound and the fact that she wasn't already like in some sort of walking device was actually quite surprising. I mean, she did have a wheelchair, but she didn't even use it. Like she used it here and there, but for the most part, we saw her walking. In this episode, this is the first episode we see actually using it quite a bit, but not to actually be pushed into it, but using it as a walking stick. So I do give her credit for at least trying to walk with it, you know, rather than trying to sit in it. But sometimes people got to be realistic with themselves about certain things in life.
6 weeks left for me to lose 70 pounds, but I'm determined to get this done.
6 weeks left. I mean, it's definitely doable given the fact that she's on that jab that's making her eat less food. But the problem that she's having is that even though she's eating less food, she's eating all of the wrong foods. And that's something that she hasn't actually acknowledged.
And I hate to bring it up right now, Josh. Are you feeling like you want to keep taking this shot? You know, like, and I get that it helps, and I get the great benefit, but stuff is dangerous.
But I don't think it's affecting her muscles.
So obviously we've got a friend here, Nesha, who's obviously assuming that the jab is the reason why her muscles are now starting to get weaker, the reason why she's becoming less mobile, the reason why she's now struggling to walk, because before the jab, when she was eating all those calories, she was still able to walk around, her body was able to somehow maintain her weight, her bones, for some reason, had obviously adapted to whatever the hell they had adapted to all these years, but now she's obviously on less calories. The friend thinks maybe it's because of the jab. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong, the jab does play a part. It doesn't play the biggest part, and we'll get into that.
You know, well, what is it? Because ever since she's been on it, she feels a decline, and everything else is like, yeah, she's smaller, so you're having as much pain as she's been having now. It's been progressing.
Yeah, it has been progressing. But here's the thing, you have to understand something, right? This progression of her pain, this progression of her mobility, would have started way before this jab even existed. It's just that the jabs come into place, and there's been certain side effects. But the side effects aren't necessarily because of the jab. The side effects is also is mostly, in my opinion, based on what she's not eating. Because she's eating things that don't have the proteins that she needs. Proteins are very, very key to keeping our body going. If you start having less of the protein that you need, well then guess what happens? This happens.
Since Jazz has started taking the weight loss shot, it seems like she's just weaker. She's in a lot more pain. Because, you know, with Jazz taking the weight loss shot, we can't even, like, connect on certain grooves. Like, I will cook food, and she can't eat it.
And you know the thing is, because Nisha's the one that's out cooking the food, that's how you know the food isn't healthy. They always think that she tried to feed it with sea moss, and she didn't even make that properly. Damn, that sea moss looked dreadful. Like, yo, if you're gonna have sea moss, please make sure you know how to make it properly, okay? Don't make it the way, if you've seen the episode, don't make it the way they made it, because goddamn, not even I would have been able to stomach it. But nonetheless, though, the matter of the fact is, though, obviously the friend is obviously feeling a bit abandoned at this moment in time, because she's got a friend that she used to obviously bond with food, that she can't really bond with food anymore because her friend can't eat as much as she did because she's trying to better her life. So instead, she goes and finds another friend who she can still go and enjoy food with. Ah, damn, man. You are the sucker you keep.
And you know how we are in the Black community. And just seeing her be sick and not being able to finish a meal, it's like, what? I miss my friend, like I miss my food buddy.
Gotta be one of the most selfish lines I've ever heard in history of reality TV. I miss my food buddy, my buddy, my buddy that come on now, come on now, come on now. Like what's going on here? Are you here to support your friend or not? Because now you're complaining about the fact that you can't do certain things that you was doing before your friend, which was eating food. And also, she needs to drop this whole thing about the Black community. I really hate the fact that she's driven this whole season so far. Every episode, she said, "Well, when you come from the Black community, food is everything." Bruh, listen, food is everything in most communities, you know what I mean? But just because food is everything, it doesn't mean that you have to be in a position where you are damaging your body, where you are doing a slow suicide. Like, come on now. Like, I know a bunch of people that love food. Yeah, black, white, flipping, Hispanic, you name it, a bunch of people. But they're not, but they are not overweight. Don't get me wrong, I do know people that obviously do love food and they are overweight, you see what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is that you can't sit there portraying and giving this stigma that black people have this thing about food, and that's why maybe all the black people in America are big, which clearly is not true because there's plenty of people in America that are black who love food and are in great shape, as well as anywhere else around the world. You know what I mean? The matter of fact is though, she's just missing. She just doesn't understand that food is exciting. Food does taste great, but also at the same time, food is literally nothing but just fuel for the body. That's the reality of food, okay? It's just that, of course, over the years, food has been a thing as a fuel for our bodies. People have been able to be quite creative with it, and they've made food taste even better and better and better, which is, listen, that's absolutely amazing. And they've also been able to make it more unhealthier and more unhealthier as time has gone by, which is not the good part, you see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, though, what she needs to understand is, okay, yes, food is a big thing in the black community, but it doesn't have to be unhealthy food. Okay, there's a bunch of food that you can literally make that is healthy and it can make it taste good. The amount of foods that I've had that are healthy, that taste delicious, is insane. And the better thing about having food that is healthy, that tastes insane, is that the difference with that food compared to unhealthy food that tastes insane is that when you have the healthy food, after you eat it, you still feel good. Your body still, it feels replenished. It feels refreshed. It feels great. You know, you don't have that thing when you have fast food or food that's not good for you that tastes good. After you eat it, you have that feeling of some people like to call it a food coma. You can have a food coma, healthy food too, to be honest, which would be a better version. But anyway, you know, you have the one, my belly's hurting, it's rumbling. Oh, I think I ate the wrong thing. Oh, I think I need to go see the doctor. Oh, you know, I don't feel so good. I feel a bit sick now. You see the difference between healthy and unhealthy food, but also this is also due to proportions. Make sure you eat in the proportion that you need, not the proportion that you desire, which of course can F you up, regardless whether you eat healthy food or unhealthy food. If you're having the wrong proportions, then obviously it's a whole calamity, do you see what I'm saying? But the matter of fact is, though, I'm just annoyed that this woman keeps running with this narrative. Well, I come from the black community and food is everything. That's why I'm big. No, stop doing that. Stop making people believe that that like the black community is the only obese community. Like, what? Stop it. Just stop it. Okay, you love food, and we'll leave it as that. Stop blaming the black community. Blame yourself. And that's another thing. She's taking no accountability. She's blaming the whole community for why she is the way she is. No. Blame yourself and your life choices. Okay, because you and I are not the same. So don't be representing myself. You know what I'm saying? And anybody else that does not want to be represented by you. Goddamn.
I struggle with trying to balance wanting to be the fat girl, but also wanting to be healthy. I feel like if I lost weight, I wouldn't even know who I am.
It sounds to me as if you don't even know who you are. You're telling me that if you lost weight, you wouldn't know who you were, then that means you don't know who you are now. It's like they say, isn't it? It's like, for example, Captain America. Who's Captain America without the serum? You know, without all of that stuff, who is he? Just a skinny little dude who had a heart of gold, I guess, which isn't a bad thing. But the fact is, though, if you're defining your character based on a certain thing, yeah, she cannot define a character based on her being big. She wants to be healthy, but also stay big. Respectfully, you should want to stay at a healthy size big, not an unhealthy size big. Girl, you are not healthy size big.
I've told you this before. It is very important for you to take your protein and your protein supplements. At this point, I highly recommend that you take a break from the shots.
You don't want to have to stop taking this shot because if I stop taking this shot, I'm not going to be losing the weight that I need to lose.
The matter of fact is, you know, she's obviously gone a bit overboard with the whole situation. She's obviously taking the shots and then obviously not taking the proteins. So now there's been side effects to the progress. So now she's missing out on her nutrients. So obviously she's gonna have to do what she needs to do to better herself. You know, I understand that she wants to keep going this direction, but at the same time, this is a bad thing because it means that she's relying on losing weight based on the shots and not based on herself. That means she's actually in a position where she's not actually being able to build any mental strength. So even if she does end up losing the weight that she wants to lose via the shots, well, look at it this way. By the time it gets to her now losing the weight, having the surgery, and then getting to the point that she loses enough weight, how is she to know that she can have the mental strength to keep up the weight loss? Do you see what I'm saying? She's already sabotaging herself right now because she literally sees the weight loss has the jab has the answer. So really and truly, she should be trying to build up her mental strength to understand that she can do it without the shots for the time being. And this is the side effects of taking other supplements or taking other things that can help you lose weight. They can distract you from building your mental strength of how to then sustain the weight loss once you've sustained it. Because there's so many people that end up losing weight, and then when they lose the weight, they have that one snack, and all of a sudden they go back to be massive again, and then some of them end up losing their lives. Okay, and then there's some people, to be honest with you, who can go the reverse where they become skinny, where they're anorexic, put on the food put on the mass that they need, and all of a sudden they're putting on way too much mass. There's so many different ways. Honestly, like one of the hardest things in this world literally is our weight management. It's a calamity. It literally is, because sometimes it's this way, sometimes it's that way. Man, but that's why we've got to be headstrong at all times. She's missing that part out. But hey, girl, you're gonna have to do it because you didn't do it properly. She obviously didn't listen to the doctor's instructions, didn't take the protein that she needed, and this is where she's at, and probably didn't take any supplement that she needed for her nutrients or anything else. So this is what happens when you don't listen to the doctors, and this is what happens when you decide to, you know, get carried away with something that is helping you still eat crap, but just eat less of it. Makes you wonder, like, the things where she's been eating, what has she been eating then?
Your body will not be able to support your weight. And if you continue down this path, these symptoms will get worse.
And you don't want them to get worse. Do what's right, do what's best.
Let's see how much food she wastes today.
Okay, I can take a bite of an enchilada or
I don't want
something.
you to take a bite. I need you to finish your food.
And then we got this pushy friend. It's crazy because when she makes her food, she makes it unhealthy food. She's taking the unhealthy way. Listen, it's clear that their relationship is obviously going downhill by the second. Maybe it's time they just call it quits. Because clearly they've both been affected by, one has been affected by lack of support, real support. The other one's been affected by the fact that she doesn't want to do the same thing. Clash of interest.
Can you hear me? Jazz, can you hear me? Take a breath. Open your mouth and take a breath. What's your name?
So obviously something's happened here. You're not too sure what. Obviously you're going to find out next week, but I guess her body's is obviously reacting to something that she's had. And this is obviously the position that she's in. Jazz is being treated by the on-site medic. They recommend she seek medical attention as soon as possible. So hopefully she's going to be okay. Well, I imagine that she is going to be okay. Otherwise, you can't do a season and it ends after 4 episodes. You know what I mean? Unless it was a terrible season, they got cancelled, of course. But the thing that I did find interesting, which I didn't put in this clip, which I don't know why, is when Nesha was sitting next to her originally, and the second that she froze, Nesha was like, "Oh no, I can't do this. This is PTSD. This is PTSD for me or something like that," and then just got up and ran away. I was like, "Why are you abandoning your friend right now when your friend's having a moment? Like, shouldn't you be there trying to encourage support for her?" So I was a bit confused why her friend just bailed on her. Like, are you really a friend? She's like, "Oh, I can't do this." I was like, what's going on here? A very odd thing. You know what? Hold up. Let me pull up the clip.
You okay? Jazz?
I gotta get up because I don't know what's going on and I'm getting nervous. So I'm kind of having like a PTSD moment because
I'm having a PTSD moment because I don't know what's going on. I gotta get up. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I would have thought her first reaction would have been like, how can I, or it would have been, help, I think something's going wrong. But instead of being like, oh, help, something's going wrong, she's like, well, da. And also, did you see how this raised as well? What the hell is this all about? And she was sitting there, boom, and then all of okay, that's quite interesting. Interesting. Nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. We'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.